Ecological issues, they affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
Folks, are you receiving my transmission? All right, folks, what's going on out there? What's going on? Just thought we'd do a little open stream. I'm going to throw the link out if anybody wants to come in and throw their 2 cents in on the whole situation. I did notice, I'm going to give a shout out. Excuse me. Pardon me. There we go. I did notice that after I scheduled this, that I guess Black Guy TV is going live shortly. So he's doing a Shanny thing. It's a Shanny being racist, I guess, about the royal family interview and all that stuff. So if you want to watch Shanny be racist, you get your fix there. If Vonhelton is more your thing, you can get your fix here. A little something for everyone. And the beauty is you can watch the other one after. So just a shout out. He is doing a Shanny thing coming up here shortly. And folks, something that I'll probably mention towards the end as well. Just a reminder, this Thursday, I will not be doing a Weirdo Wonderland, but don't worry, we're just moving it up a day earlier. Oh, Jesus, what's going on out there? It's crazy. It's been a beautiful day, folks. People are just kind of getting, I guess, they're getting spring fever out there. But, yeah, so tomorrow night, we'll be doing a Weirdo Wonderland. I got a little something cooked up, a little something I think you'll enjoy. So, we'll do all that there. So let me put the link out. And I don't think I can pin it from this side. Yes, I don't want to pin me out. Let me jump over to the YouTube side. Sorry, folks, it is a one-man show. And we'll pin that right to the top. And if you want to jump in, come on in. So basically, I just thought there's been a couple. I mean, it's nothing like crazy. We're still waiting on news. Just to get this out of the way, still waiting on news. We got Blue coming in. There you go, Blue. So we're still waiting on news of the whole court thing. As far as I know, the 18th. I mean, I've heard a little bit of this and that, but I mean, as far as I know, everything's the same that way. So I thought we'd just have some fun. Vaughn put out a hangout that was kind of boring, but did have some lulzy moments, especially when he's claiming he's not actually gained weight, not fat. It's just the lumbar cushion in his chair that makes him look like he has tits. That's his new story. So what's going on, Blue?
What's going on? Secular Opinion. Glad to be here. Thank you so much. Here, let me be quiet. I know you like to start yourself. Talk some more, boy. Let's hear what you got to say there, Sec.
That's all I got to say. We're just going to take a look at Helton being an idiot and go from there.
By the way, you're very gracious. I appreciate that too. Give a shout out to Black Guy TV when he's doing a stream opposite yours. That's a credit to you, man.
Well, that's what's going on. So
you're a good guy. That's a good stroke there.
If I wasn't doing this, I'd be watching that. So, all right. Well, this is for those that didn't catch it, an early morning thing. Now I'm gonna probably speed it up, and I definitely don't want to hear him whine about Trump and shit. Those parts, but there is some lulls in here. There's some funny shit, or I wouldn't be showing it. So we'll get it going here, and I'm going to speed it up a bit. There we go.
This video is not for those of you who believe that Biden legitimately won the election. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to put it right out there. Because the first thing we're going to deep dive.
Well, I'm not leaving, fucko.
No, he did not get the election. Failed and squeal. Not at all.
Bus hits you.
He just didn't. Sorry. What do you want from me? I got to tell the truth, right? Can't get on here and call myself a truther and then lie to this camera. It doesn't work that way, right? So, yeah, I've got a whole list, literally a whole list of stuff that we're going to get into, news articles and whatnot. And so, yeah. But first, let me check my audio levels. Make sure Windows has not potted me down.
Why doesn't he ever do this before he goes on?
Because he's an idiot.
Okay.
Loves to pot down my audio levels. Nope, they are at 100%. Outstanding. All right, now we will go and we will check Twitch. Make sure.
I'm loving this new hairstyle that he's got going.
I don't know how you can even look at him.
The fucking ponytail. Oh, you get used to it. And the nose, the profile there, we see that the nose has increased. As long as it stays out ahead of the tits, I think that's the ratio that you typically look for. But
Yeah, I think I would say, yeah, it's big nose, man. It's still ahead of the tits, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's still out there. Chin hair.
But yes, you're right. The tits are giving into the nose, run for money. That's true.
Yeah, there's a ratio there for sure. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I don't really care about his opinions about the election.
Scrolling. Keep them doggies scrolling. Rawhide. I'm going to have to go way back. Yeehaw, it's the dog. You know, looking back on how many videos I have on BitChute, it's like, damn, I was a prolific videographer or whatever, how you wish to.
I think it's funny too. He always talks about his one loyal viewer over on Twitch. I wonder if he realizes it's him monitoring his own Twitch. I just throwing that out there. And I am happy to see the return of the Jif peanut butter jar. I think that is a mainstay that we will see often now. Something from the old days. That used to be his signature on the bookcase.
The gnat catcher is still there too.
Yeah. Well, he's trying.
How you wish to call it. Let me see here. Let me find it, and I will get you the link.
Gnats in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when YouTube isn't allowing you to post videos or do anything, I guess it's part of the course that I should have all these videos on BitChute, right? Yes, absolutely. There it is, the chair.
So we have the whole adjudicator. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. I'm a sexy lady, and I'm here to embrace Von's transition. Look at his beautiful breasts.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his magnificent mane of hair.
Mm-hmm.
He is an absolute stunning and brave individual. And I just would like to, as Assistant Health Director of the United States, I'd like to extend a wholehearted welcome to the trans train.
Well, I would like to actually listen, folks. I know I've joked about this, but here's the thing. I actually think that Vonhelton's plan is once Ma, heaven forbid, passes on, that he's just going to assume her position as Ma Helton. I think that's what he's doing. It's kind of a Norman Bates kind of thing. I don't think he's going to stuff her or anything. I think he's just going to become Ma Helton.
Yeah, he's so he can fuck himself. Exactly.
Right.
He's going to marry himself. Yes.
I think it's just for the check. I think it's for the Social Security and the land rates.
And the fucking nifty hole.
Right.
Open it, that's too a bit. All right. Give you the link and let y'all go catch it on your own time.
Okay, this guy can't.
Bookmark it, whatever you want to do.
You're killing me, Von.
That's the right one. Somebody was saying
He's still trying to figure it out.
Polar opposites. That's fact.
I think his head is what is so stunning when he turns sideways, like his cranial, like where his brain would be.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a third of the normal size, right? Like
right.
It's like he's got what do they call it when your shitty parents leave your kid in the crib and it deforms their skull because they're laying down for the first year of their life? What do you call that?
I'm not sure. Von Helton syndrome.
Is it cradle cap?
So cradle cat. That's what he's got. He's got a bad
I've
case
never
of cradle
heard of
cat.
that, but boy, that sounds like it could happen for sure. If you, you got to keep that.
Maybe I'm summoning this up from my butthole and I'm just making it up, but I swear, I think there really is a thing where, like, if you leave a baby like laying on their back, it makes their head not grow right.
I heard you're supposed to keep a kid on the back because that avoids SIDS.
Well, yeah, obviously, and alien invasions. But
sudden infant death syndrome is a real thing.
Sure. What I'm saying is, yes, but not for the first year of their life. Don't touch that baby. Let him lay there.
Right. I see what you mean. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to keep that kid moving for sure.
It's right. It's something though. I know. I swear I'm not making it up. Where like it literally causes your head to be flat because as a baby, your head's growing.
Forgive me for quoting the master, but is Google broken where you live?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how to. I don't want that in my search history, Blue.
Oh.
Well, they say cradle cap out here is a crust.
Yeah, I'm reading it. Yeah,
so I think I think Von might still suffer from that as well.
Get his head turned sideways again, Rolo.
Well, I don't know where exactly. I don't know if I want.
Well, we'll just play it. It'll turn his head.
I want to give a shout out to That's What's Up Games. That's what's up. Thank you for joining me this evening.
Capitalism is where the little guy can go out and do what he wants to do. But that's the very essence of what our Constitution stands for.
And of course, Vonhelton has seized every opportunity in his
Oh, I
life.
love these. I love these. Please do the political ones. Thank you.
Is that the individual has rights. Isn't it funny how in recent years they've been able to literally flip-flop that into making you believe that them government assholes in Washington, D.C. have more rights than you do? No, they do not. It says we the people. We the people. The people of the United States are the government of the United States. Them clowns in Washington, D.C. are merely figureheads for us. That's all they're supposed to be.
Look how thick that lumbar cushion is making them look.
Man, I'm telling you.
It's weird. It's amazing.
I mean, they look like they're ready to be milked.
They used to do that shit for free. And in fact, I seem to recall that the founding fathers warned us not to give them fuckers a salary. They said if they figure out they can start stealing money from the public, we'll have a bad road ahead. That's what the founding fathers said. They warned us about that. So yes, anything.
Yes and no.
We the people is communism. Period. So is CPS a communist entity? Well, they say that government can tell you how to raise your kids. Government can tell you how to clean your house. Government can tell you how to live your life. Government this, government that, government over here, government over there.
So apparently having standards or someone that can stand in for the kids' rights against abusive parents that really, that beat their kids and neglect their kids. Yeah, it's communism. It's fucking communism.
Listen, this is America, Jack.
Right.
If you want to line the floor of your trailer with dog shit, you should be allowed to do it. So long as you have a 3-second rule, if you drop food, it should be fine.
Well, I think that technically you can. It's not a safe environment for kids.
Well, it should be. I mean, he's the dad. If he
owns them. That's true. He owns them.
They are his property. Listen, and he's a fucking turd farmer. That's what he does. Listen, you've heard him talk about how he was elbow deep in horse shit.
Yeah, this is like that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it makes them strong, Rollo. This is how the people in the South get their robust immune systems. Is that we just dip our children in fecal matter for the first 10 years of their life.
Right, and for people confused out there, he didn't explain the part where they actually moved the horse manure into his living room.
That's right.
And that's where he was shoveling it from, because he lived literally in shit, like his kids were. Right?
I think that was that's what he was saying. I mean, the communist DCBS worker that went into his home wasn't aware that Vaughn used to slop hogs, apparently in the living room.
Right. Exactly. She didn't.
It's a country home. They're Kentucky swingers.
Right. Not right in the head. All right.
You got to put a government agent in your fucking house for a week or a month? I'll get to you in a second, Olympus. Hang on a minute.
See, look at his head. Look.
I'll get to you in a minute.
I'll try to catch it next time.
I mean, seriously. I'm on a little rant roll here, so I got to get my rant out. But I mean, seriously, man. You got this entity called Child Protective Services that says we can come into your house and steal your children whenever we fucking feel like it for any fucking reason. Stub your toe that morning? Oh, that's child neglect. We're taking your kids. Leave a few dirty dishes in the sink? Yep, that's child neglect. We're taking your kids.
I've heard this one before.
How do you use bathroom doors? Yep.
Yeah, he's kind of there. We go. We got a bit of a side profile.
That's it.
What are we looking? We got the nose.
Check out those arms. How much fat is on those arms? Really?
Honestly, his arms don't really look that bad. He carries his. I agree, but he carries his weight in his titties and his stomach and his swollen legs.
Yeah,
but that's where he carries his weight.
His fat head and that big nose.
Well, see, that's where I disagree with you. His head's not fat. Look, it's narrow.
His head relatively stays the same. Like it's gained a little. But I mean, it's generally, if like you were just see a face shot of Vonhelton, you wouldn't guess what his waistline looks like. It's that big. You'd be like, he's put on some weight. He's gotten older. Then you see the titties.
Other connotation of fat head.
What?
No, well, yeah.
He's just a fat head. Okay,
sure,
yeah,
sure.
You're right. You're right. Compared to his body,
I want to see if we can trick him into signing some kind of legal document that allows scientists to measure the size of his brain when he dies.
I think it would be a medical marvel because I still believe that I think it's encased in Mountain Dew. I think there's been some kind of, anyways.
Yep, by God, that's child abuse. We got to take them fucking kids away from you. Got a dirty house, do you? Yep, that's child neglect. Got to take your kids. How about you ain't got no gas for your car? Yep, by God, that's child neglect. We got to take your fucking kids.
Well, I just want to clear the record. He doesn't actually own a car, but anyways.
So they can literally make it anything you want. I talked to 2 lawyers on the phone, guys. 2 of them. They both said the same thing. CPS can walk into that courtroom and say whatever they fucking want, and not one time will they be held accountable for it. Them 2 fat broads could walk into that fucking courtroom tomorrow and tell that judge that I murdered my kids, and that judge will literally side with him. Oh, Vaughn, you're exaggerating. No, I got this from 2 lawyers, dude.
Murdered the kids that are in custody. What?
Wait a minute. What did he say?
He said he could literally, they said CPS could literally walk in that courtroom and say Vaughn murdered his kids. And the judge would go with whatever.
And the judge would have to believe them. He would just believe them. Yeah.
Hell cell for life.
What's shaking there, Gary Snowflake?
Hey, I finally made it to one of your live streams, dude.
Right on. Welcome. We're just taking a look at the craziness that is Vonhelton. Though I do want to mention what was interesting. I was watching poor old Schemo over there crying, and he has quite an action-packed day, I guess, coming up with he's going to the city to do shopping, and then him and Mike are doing this. But he never once mentioned that he was going to beat you up. I thought that was the top of his list here.
And that's a good point, bro, because any fight I've ever had is, hey, look, we'll meet behind a liquor store or whatever, and you do it. It doesn't depend on, oh, my mom's got to shop that day or my dad's got to work. And now it's what, April 17th now? It's like, kid, I got a fucking life, man, I mean,
well, it's just I find it interesting. He's suffering from this kidney stone, and Mike's got to work. But he can set aside a day to go to the city and do cop watching and grocery shopping. And
the thing is, with his kidney stone, I mean, all he's going to do is show up in Boston. I'll bring a little step ladder so he can reach my balls, right? And I'll knock that fucking thing right out of his fucking body. He won't need no surgery or anything like that,
You're helping. That's actually a better.
Yeah, fucking helping him. See how I help people do?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I've been working on this new technique. You know how they have the memes on people's faces and shit that the videos are moving and shit.
Yeah.
Like the happy faces or whatever the fuck they are, right? Well, I just figured out a new way, dude, because I can make the faces talk. Right. And I'm going to attach that. It's called tracking. I don't know if you're aware of how to do anything like that, but I think I'm on to something, bro. I just figured one out, and I said, well, I'm going to take a break. I saw you on. I said, I'll come in here and fucking chill out, relax, and I'll get back to it later on. I think it's going to be something, bro.
We'll post that in MeWe or Discord. Oh, sorry.
What's that?
Yeah, your speakers are echoing back.
There's Obama phone acting up.
That's all right. He was just saying post it in our Discord or MeWe or something so we can see it shared around.
Am I still terrible? Am I still echoey?
No, that's all right.
I thought you said it was. I thought you said it was me. It was echoing out.
No, it's just me. I fixed it. I'm sorry. I fixed my Obama phone.
My Obama.
Oh, wait, Secular. There's something I do want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances that whoever those 2 fat broads were in Vonhelton's house, the actual CPS workers, have watched your show or somebody else's show, or they keep up with Vonhelton with us? What are the chances of that?
I think it would depend. I don't know which workers are which, if they're the same people all the time, but if they've been in the game at any length of time, I'm sure they've seen something of his internet presence by now. I think they're well aware of it.
Of course, but do you think they follow it the way some of us do? Secretly, violently?
I couldn't even speculate on that. I don't know.
I think one of them does, and at least one of them does, and is here now or has been here.
My Magic 8 Ball says Outlook looks promising. So, if that helps.
Right. Okay. That could be. I don't know. I don't want to compromise anybody, or I don't know.
You go big deal now.
I don't know.
You know what I find interesting, that people who know Schemo, who went to school with him and stuff, and grew up with him and stuff, that none of these people have ever seen shit on YouTube that has been going on, and somebody come forward and say, "Hey, I fucking went to school with Schemo," that would be fucking priceless.
Yeah, I've seen it in other cases happen. I mean, it happened with Vonhelton and me. I mean, people that knew him back in Hamilton, Ohio and shit gave me VHS video footage of him right from the 80s. So it does happen. But yeah, it was someone like Emo. You'd think his neighbor, somebody would be like, again, he lives in a town of what, like 3,000 people?
I mean, has he always lived there?
I don't know.
He's been there a while, though, I think. But I mean, like, if somebody posted like in his neighborhood, like, you put fucking flyers up on telephone poles and say, this guy's a little racist, his YouTube channel and stuff, that some people would start coming on and saying, hey, I know that son of a bitch,
Right. Yeah, I think. Anyways, let's let Vaughn ramble here for a minute.
I got this shit from 2 lawyers. Them fat bitches can walk into that courtroom tomorrow and tell that judge that I murdered my kids, and that judge will fucking believe them.
No.
Yes, buddy. And I got that from 2 attorneys. Now, obviously, I can't tell who. They'd lose their fucking law licenses tomorrow if I did, or they'd be jailed.
Look at those titties.
Goddamn attorneys. Them fat bitches can walk into that courtroom tomorrow and tell that judge that I killed my kids, and that judge will fucking believe their ass over me. Yes, buddy. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
They're National Geographic titties too, right? Like they go towards his armpits. Like his nipples are pointed right into his armpit.
Yeah, they're little ski slopers, little fucking
right.
little elf boobies he's got going on.
Little nanners.
He needs that.
How can you? Oh my God.
He needs that little fucking like my first training bra kind of thing.
Right. Them things are literally pouring off of his chest.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm telling you, he's slowly becoming his mother. I think from a timeline perspective, if we consider the Mandela effect, right? I think his mom is him from the future coming. I don't know. It gets complicated.
First name Helen. I won't give out her last name because I don't want to get myself in trouble. But her first name is Helen. She's the head of CPS here in this area.
Well, Jat's not rotting her out. She's the head of CPS and her name is Helen.
Oh, okay.
And,
well,
yeah. No one will figure that out, Von.
Yeah, right.
Your secret's safe with us, buddy.
For workers to harass the fuck out of me and my family for 12 fucking years. Now, ask yourself, has anybody else in Clay County been harassed for 12 years? Go ahead. Now ask yourself, has anybody in Clay County had their children removed for longer than 8 months? Like I did. I'll wait. Drawing a blank, are we? Yeah, there's a reason for that.
How would we?
Because ain't nobody done.
Right. How would anyone know that though? Like that's not something you can look up.
Right. How would he even know that?
Right.
I just want to throw out something real quick. Baptized in Fire, thank you very much for the chat. I don't have OBS up, so we don't get the funny link or the funny gifts, but it says, hey, those boobies and stomach are caused by the lumbar support from his chair. That is true. That's what he says. What do you guys think?
Does he own a dog?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, well, I want to say this. I don't know if you guys noticed over there on top of the box. He's got a fucking bottle of Jif fucking peanut butter.
Yeah.
Pretty handy.
Choose your dads, choose Jeff.
Listen, Gary, you're a newbie here. That Jif peanut butter can is older than you two, okay? Like that thing has seen some shit.
It's always in his bedroom, which always has been interesting. The dog is new, but he did have mouse before, but we can only speculate on that. But I do want to throw it. I do think that's a new jar of Jif.
You're being very nice. You're being well. Let's email Jif a picture of it and have him compare the letters and make sure.
Yeah, maybe it's a Pepsi fiasco, and I had to contact Pepsi and prove the bottle was from 1987. But it looks like a new one. The other one was smaller, but it still begs the question: why does he keep the Jif peanut butter in his bedroom?
If someone could get him to open the top of that jar and look down in it, and if it's just a hole and right in the middle of it, you know exactly what's going on in there.
I'm thinking more dog. I'm thinking
if it's a hole in the middle.
Well, yeah, he could be dipping his donger in, but I'm thinking asshole spread or something, right?
No, because with the women who have dogs, they put Jif on their vagina and let the dog licks it off. So I'm thinking he's doing the same thing.
There was an R in vagina.
Yeah, well, we got several applications that he could be applying it to, I'm sure. Jesus. See, I had a theory. See, he started out with like 6 dogs, between 4 and 6. And I have this ongoing theory because I think it's more, I don't believe in coincidences, that every time a national holiday came up that required a turkey dinner, he seemed to be down a dog. And then now he's down to the one dog that he's trying to fatten up for the next holiday.
What the fuck is that on his right hand, on the center of his palm, the orange?
I can't really see it. I don't know.
It's peanut butter.
He was eating fucking cheesies and fucking has a, I don't know.
Also, this just popped into my head, but I would also like to thank, I forget the lady's name that you had a few weeks back that was talking about her experiences talking to Mouse and how she reiterated the fact that Vaughn has terrible skid marks and doesn't bathe.
Right, yes.
Like, I just wanted to, point that out again, that you're looking at a man that probably hasn't been wet, like from a shower, in a decade.
Probably. He's trying to conserve water, right? He said sponge bath.
Right.
Anyways. This is a man who sleeps in his clothes, folks. So
Do you know how much that has helped the
Everybody?
environment?
Well, Vaughn, surely you could go online and get you a lawyer and file a discrimination claim against these mothers. No. As soon as you mention Clay County, they hang up on you. Or they say they want $100,000 in advance, like one fucking lawyer did.
what?
Why? Why is that? Inquiring minds want to know. All right. Bring in
So this is only speculation, but I'm going to assume that his case was so fucking flimsy and fucking they were like, yeah, you give me 100,000 up front and I'll fucking go and embarrass myself and represent.
I just want to point out how like the pillow that gives us the optical illusion that he's fat makes the side of his titty fat.
Yeah, I know it's weird.
It
works.
Weird.
Yeah, how it makes his arms jiggly and stuff too. I don't understand that either.
I'm
going to skip ahead a bit past the fucking Lowell's fucking drainer here.
How far away do you think he is from titties on his back?
He's getting close. I'm just saying, like he's got no teeth. He's got titties on the front. Once he gets back titties, I mean, he's going to do good in jail. I mean,
they're going to get him coming and going.
I'll let him go from here because he's probably talking about zombie fucking shit with this zombie insect stuff, and we'll see what's going on.
finds it a good spot where it can lay its spores, and then it kills the ant and makes that little ball there with all them spores on it, and releases the spores out into the air. Now, the reason I bring this up is because scientists have been playing around with this motherfucker. They've been playing around with this fungus. I reported on it years ago.
Yeah, he thinks they're going to make us all zombies with this spore thing. But I just want new breaking news. Dragon Jim has assured us in the chat that he will be getting a bra in the mail, folks.
Write muscle mesh on it with like a black magic marker. So he thinks it's like a fucking muscle shirt or something.
Yeah, and he'll wear it.
Look at me. Got my muscle shirt on.
It's like for anyone that's new, see, when Vonhelton and Mouse used to go to the whatever, they'd go in fucking Manchester and get clothes by the pound there.
The old co-op?
The old co-op, the fucking Bible mission or whatever, which is fine. I'm not knocking him for that. But Vonhelton would sift through and he'd pick out what he thought were like polo shirts that made his arms look fucking big. And they were like women's blouses. And he'd like wear them for like 3 days making videos and
You know, it's funny. It's funny he brings that up because a few of us were talking one day, this is years ago, and all of us noticed that his shirt was weird. Something was wrong with it. And then it was pointed out, oh, that's a woman's blouse. He was in a woman's shirt, raging on the internet.
Yeah, all buttoned on the wrong side and had a low cut. And he liked it because it was all tight around his arms, so it made it look like he had fucking muscles.
Collar was popped tight and clean, too, boy.
Oh, yeah. It was obviously a woman's blouse. But anyways.
They were playing around with this fungus that controls these ants, literally turning the ants into zombies. Okay? This is not a joke. This is not, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. Real, actual fucking zombies. All right? A real zombie plague. And the scientists, by their own admission, have been playing around with this fucker for years. Remember what I told you, folks. They play around with shit for years before they release it to the public, suspecting or unsuspecting. All right? So take a note of my little buddy here and what happened to his happy ass, because that might be in your future. Now, as Olympus correctly points out, this is the second time that we've been told to expect a zombie apocalypse and that they're preparing for it. The first time was over a chemical called bath salts, which quite literally turned human beings into zombies that wanted to rip off your skin and eat your face off, literally. And I warned people about this years ago. I said, zombies are coming. Zombies are coming. Oh, Vonhelton's went over the deep end this time, folks. Yeah, zombies. Yeah, sure, Von. Sure, yeah, zombies. Yeah, you lost your ever-loving mind, Von. But I kept warning. I said, listen, zombies are coming. Zombies are coming. Be prepared. Get ready. Zombies are coming. And everybody ignored my ass or laughed at me. Oh, that crazy Vonhelton.
Oh, we have a desperate plea out there, folks, from Vonhelton's peanut butter jar. It says, kill me. Thank you very much. And
then, boom, here comes bath salts.
Bath
quite
salts.
Literally turns human beings into zombies. Oh, and fortunately, that was a very short-lived problem. It was quickly dealt with, thankfully. However,
I do want to point out I'm pretty sure bath salts are still around and were around a long time before that. And
they certainly are.
And
dealt with by whom? Dumb motherfucker.
Well, the thing to remember too is that yes, they were marketed. They were marketed as bath salts because you couldn't write, "Hey, synthetic cocaine." You couldn't write that on the thing, right? So you had to come up with something. So it's not literally fucking bath salts, right? Like it's a synthetic version of cocaine,
right?
That wasn't technically illegal.
And it actually, because it was synthetic, turned you into a zombie face.
Right. Obviously.
If motherfuckers are messing around with these damn fungus spores, and they figured out how to way to mutate them to human beings instead of ants, we're in big trouble. Because all they got to do is spray this shit out of a fucking airplane at altitude, and them spores can get into your fucking skin. Folks, the ants have a very tough exoskeleton. Their exoskeleton would be the equivalent of us trying to drill through titanium. And yet these spores are able to drill through their fucking exoskeleton and infect them anyway. What do you think these spores are going to do to your soft human flesh? By contrast. Yeah. All right. So they ain't going to have no fucking problem infecting your happy ass. Now, why do you say, well, you're exaggerating. No, I'm not. We got this doctor out there, called Dr. Eric Pianka, who got up on stage in front of a live audience to a standing ovation, no less, and said, yeah, man, we're going to create an Ebola virus that'll wipe out 90% of the Earth's population. And he not only got a standing ovation for it, he got a fucking award for it.
I love how he mixes this all together.
Oh, yeah, he conflates everything. It's all part of the same fucking thing, of course. But I do want to point out, it still bothers me, it perplexes me that, like, that the man has to have gnat traps in the middle of the winter to catch fucking gnats and fruit flies, but that he has to have one in his bedroom. Like, how bad?
It's empty now.
Oh, god damn.
No.
Do you think, much like Mozart, he keeps a fart diary?
I don't know. Well, we're talking about a man who's unconcerned with skid marks in his pants, so a fart or two isn't worth documenting.
Does he measure the length of the skid mark?
I don't know if he documented, like, that's a good one, or if it's just passé to him by now. It's been 57 years.
Well, Matt, we know he takes pictures of them, at least accidentally, from time to time.
Yeah, only if his kids are in them.
Right.
Dancing around them.
Are fucking insane. All right. You know, put that together with fucking Bill Gates and all these other motherfuckers. Yeah, man, we're going to blot out the sun. Yeah, okay. Wow, that sounds great, right? You know, but yeah, when I say there's a zombie apocalypse coming, which now I have not recently said that shit. Actually, the government beat me to it this time. Because last time I said it first and then the government came out and said it. This time the government said it first and maybe I'll say it. I don't know. I haven't got an official word from the gods yet. But anyway.
We got word out there that Vonhelton has postponed bringing his Vietnamese lady friends over.
Oh,
until
no.
It warms up. Well, until it warms up, because they're not used to it, I guess. Right?
If he ever gets a printer, Kenny TMG is fucked.
Right. He's got a list. It's handwritten, but
he's got the printer. What happened to that printer?
Oh, does he have a printer?
Don't you remember when he got the printer and then was like, "Oh well, that's what you're referring to."
And you know what? You know what? You make a good point, Blue. Do you know who I don't see here? Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Point is, if the government is mentioning it, you might want to put your head on a swivel, get on high alert, and just be prepared, because if they say there's a zombie apocalypse coming, there very well could be. Case in point, my little buddy here, who obviously didn't make it. All right, this shit's real. It's not fake. It's not imaginary. It's not something that I'm making up. This shit's fucking real. All right, so all I can do is tell you to be prepared. That's all I can tell you. You know, I got no guarantee it's going to happen or not happen, but if they're talking about it, better get your ass prepared. So I'm just telling you, you better be prepared for it, because it's not a joke.
Well, Vaughn, they need something to like fully take it over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be too busy to fucking realize like you're gonna be fighting fucking zombies, and then you fucking the government, of course, the military's gonna step in, right? They're gonna fucking, do their thing, but then like you'll have to have like martial law. You'll have to have people like locked down and fucking like.
Well, of course, to impose martial law, they're gonna have to turn everyone into zombies, right?
All right. That's the only way it's ever going to work.
Steve, this is it's easiest way around. I'm gonna skip past this because this is kind of getting.
Here we go.
So let's just back this up a bit, folks.
But colonize the damn oceans yet.
You're going to see the effects, the long-lasting effects of a lumbar cushion.
So no, we're not overpopulated. That's an excuse to kill your fucking ass, and that's all it is. All right, that's all it is. It's an excuse to kill your ass. That's all it is. But look at your boy here. That fungus growing right out of his fucking skull. Real zombies. Not a joke. Not a game. And you remember I warned you about fucking zombies years ago, and y'all fucking laughed at my happy ass. Well, who's laughing now, sweetheart? This ain't no joke, man.
Still us.
This ain't no game. These fuckers are playing for keeps, and they want to kill your ass. And they're going to do it with an airborne Ebola virus, a la Eric Bianca, or they're going to do it with this fucking goddamn zombie fungus. One or the other.
Well, Vaughn, look at what they did to Texas.
Exactly.
You think that Texas fucking doesn't freeze and fucking in Goddamn,
And that's
Who's they? And who made Texas free? Wait, what?
Well, before they were saying it was the fucking Chi-Com, so fucking Chinese fucking froze it.
Chinese freeze rays.
Well, this is interesting how they're putting it all together with the zombies. I guess maybe, but before it was because Biden is friendly to China and he allowed them for some reason to use a weather weapon which froze the Texas fucking.
Well, I'm sorry, Texans out there, if you can hear my voice and you suffer through that, I feel sorry for you. But the part of the country I live in got a foot of snow. We haven't gotten that much snow since like 1988, and it was the most glorious week I can remember. So I'm sorry that it hurt. You guys got fucked on that. But if we could send a fucking press release to China, to Ching Shang Pao or whatever the fuck his name is, and tell him to please make sure he pencils us in for about the same time next year, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. We was coming out of winter, so what the fuck was all this sudden fucking blizzard and shit? Yeah, it's a fucking weather weapon, of course. Of course it is.
You know, they don't mind.
How does a weather weapon work? What's it look like?
Weather weapon.
Draw me a picture, Vaughn. What's a weather weapon look like?
Well, he's getting it confused because they do use that fucking the cloud seeding shit, right? For fucking, and I mean, it's technology that's been around for quite a while, where you can somewhat control like rainfall and stuff. They used it, I think, when the Olympics were in China. They forced rain like the week before because they're in it. Kind of forced the clouds to release their whatever, and then he had clear weather for the Olympics. So that is a real thing. But I mean, and China's been known to use it. I wish I knew more on it, but that's what I know.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's a far cry from like Biden and China plan to fucking.
And apparently, it's
shut down
aimable,
Texas,
right? Like he can aim it at Texas, right?
Well,
from China.
Well, apparently, I don't know. I think it's all part of the immigrants too, right? Because the Chi-Coms are hidden in there, so they're like launching it from their backpacks.
Right. Well, what they're doing is they're carrying a shit ton of ice cubes and just dumping them out when everybody's asleep.
That could be too. Answer your question, Mo, is Vaughn is probably going to get his kids back? Question mark. I have who knows? I have no idea.
Well, so far he's 12 for 12. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's got unfortunately a pretty good record that way. But let's move ahead here.
They don't mind. They're gonna kill you.
They don't mind, and you don't matter, brother. No,
yeah, they're gonna kill you, man.
They don't mind, and you don't matter. Well, now Will says in the outside chat, stuck up on fungicides and foot cream and shit like that.
I mean, he wants to say jokes. I mean, this is not something to joke about.
Yeah, this ain't very funny. Would a fungicide even work on this bitch? No. You can bet the scientists that are fucking with this thing, man. You can bet they morphed this some bitch into an almost indestructible piece of shit.
So basically, he's found an article where like scientists are like researching this, and that communicates to they're fucking with this. And haven't you ever seen a science fiction movie? You know what's going to happen next.
Well, I mean, I love that. Will fungicide work? No. Like, how do you know, motherfucker?
Hey, we're making jokes. This is serious stuff, folks. So we better move ahead a little bit. So he's still talking about this shit. Oh, come on.
Against these Swiss Alp mountaineers. Now, them motherfuckers are tough. Green berets and fucking, all these motherfuckers like that. That's tough. These punk gangs, man, they ain't shit. Trust me, they're not shit. All right? They're just not. Yeah, Spetsnaz go in and wipe out these all five of them motherfucking groups in one day. Ain't shit, man. They're not shit. Trust me. Trust me, they ain't shit, man. But yeah, look at my little buddy. What we call our little buddy here?
I got another question. The side of his face there, is that hair? Or is that just like the contrast of his red gout face against his pale neck?
Well, it's interesting. It's another optical illusion. It's kind of from certain angles because I think it's like that thin, whimsy fucking hair. Sometimes ladies get on their arms and stuff.
Just grown to an exorbitant length?
Or young, prepubescent males who get that first duck down.
Prepubescent goats from the Himalayas.
Yeah. He has this like little fucking frizzy fruff that he never really shave. I actually just think that he just doesn't shave and that's the way it grows.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, right? Like he has the most ridiculous facial hair ever. But earlier I was looking at that and it slipped my mind because the subject got changed. I was going to ask earlier, but it looked like it was just his neck. I don't know.
Well, yeah, sometimes I don't know. It's hard to tell because he's a red man, eh?
He is a red man. Look at him.
Nothing to do with circulatory problems and
Well, it says,
swollen
yeah,
fucking legs.
right.
It's his native
It's
heritage
not,
joke.
it's not gout. Come on.
No, yeah.
Got a fucking fungus growing out his goddamn skull. All right. So when the government says, hey, it's a zombie apocalypse coming, you might want to fucking get ready for that shit. Or you might end up like my little buddy Enrique here. All right.
Enrique, he named it.
Funny, named a joke. Yeah, I made a joke earlier about fungus and buds and nipping it in the bud. Anyway, who was the toughest I've ever faced? Spetsnaz, of course. I have to say, Spetsnaz are badass motherfuckers, man. Why do you think I said I want Putin in my foxhole? Hello. Why do you think I said that?
Wait a minute. I thought he was Putin's arch enemy. Now he wants him in the foxhole with him?
Well, that's weird. I brought that up before I took my little vacation. I was on a Steve McRae hangout, and Vonhelton was in there. And I asked him why he went silent on Russia all of a sudden, because that's when he was a big Trump supporter. And he wouldn't answer me. And I noticed that ever since fucking, I'm not starting to stir the pot or nothing. I'm just saying, ever since, that's been his number one guy. He's pretty quiet now. Putin's a good guy.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
He's turned a new leaf. But I actually think it's darker than that. And I brought it up before. It's the Von Churian candidate theory that I have. That I think, well, first of all, I think this Von, while Vonhelton may possibly be Vonhelton from our timeline, from a future perspective coming back, the clone Vonhelton was planted by the Russian interest during a Mandela effect crossing, right? So,
right.
Because he was reported dead first in 2014 and then again a year or two ago. And I think it's the shelf life of the Russian clones.
That's right. They just break down.
Right. So with this one, I think they're trying to transmute him into Vonhelton. Or it gets complicated, folks.
Right.
But
I want Putin in my. If I got a pick of anybody I want in my foxhole, I pick Putin. I pick Putin to be in my foxhole. Fuck yeah, I do. He's a bad motherfucker. Me and him used to be enemies during the Cold War, for good or bad. That's the way it is. But yeah, if I want somebody in my foxhole, I want Putin in my foxhole.
I hereby, in front of everyone that can hear my voice, I hereby swear, if I am ever, for some crazy reason, granted an audience with the Prime Minister or President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, I will personally ask him, does he know Vonhelton?
Yeah. Watch his response, right?
This man says he battled you on the fields during the Cold War. What say you, President Putin?
He would probably respond with Von's code name, whatever his Black Ops code name was. You mean the Hornet?
Side tit?
You mean side tit? Yeah.
Boob spiller?
You mean Cherokee chin?
Cherokee chin?
But Vaughn, can you trust him? It's not about trust. At that point, it's about
what?
So it doesn't really matter at that point, does it? No.
I trust Russia over Biden.
I trust Russia over Biden. Fuck yeah, I do.
Madness.
Fuck yeah, I do. Yes, I want Putin in my foxhole. Why is that so fucking strange to understand?
Someone can make it. Someone out there, please make an account. Putin in my foxhole.
Spetsnaz. He's KGB. He's a badass motherfucker. That's who I want in my fox. I want a badass motherfucker in my foxhole.
He was absolutely not Spetsnaz. He was FSB, CIA, or KGB, whatever, but he was not, and he was an analyst. I mean, now that's the thing about spooks, right? They never tell you what they really were. They're all quote unquote analysts, right? So who really knows? Right. But he was not a special forces soldier. That's just not true.
You think I want some Caesar milquetoast lip-breasted motherfucker in my foxhole? No. Oh my God!
Caesar milquetoast?
Hold the rifle, bitch. Hold it right. Don't even do it holding it like this, man. Holding the fucking rifle like this. Fuck, are we in trouble? We're in trouble. We in bad trouble. When the motherfucker holds a rifle like this, we in bad trouble, bitches. All right? We just are. We're in bad trouble when a motherfucker holds a rifle like this. Okay?
Coming from the guy who fucking went AWOL to wash dishes at a local diner, folks.
Do you think if a fucking a giant zombie ant was chasing his fucking fat ass, he could jog for a block?
Oh no, he wouldn't make it. He'd make it to the fucking mailbox.
He'd be 8. He'd be as good as 8.
We saw this guy get fucking winded, folks, trying to open the barn doors on his videos. He was fucking huffing and puffing.
This fucking guy talking about fight. We need to trick him into like giving us a video on how to dig a foxhole. Let's get Vaughn to dig a hole in his yard.
Right.
No, that's not who I want in my foxhole. No, it's not. But yeah, Putin is a badass. He's ex-Spetsnaz, ex-KGB, got more awards than Carter has little liver pills. Fuck yeah, that's who I want in my foxhole. Absolutely. Don't look at me funny. This is about survival at that point. When you guys are hunkering down in a damn foxhole, it's survival at that point. And you're gonna want people going to help you survive, and you're gonna help them survive. So yes, my former enemy during the Cold War, Vladimir Putin, who is currently the premier of Russia. Yes, I want that motherfucker in my foxhole. Yes, I do.
I agree, Yard Queen. That's Putin in his foxhole is definitely, what is he? I mean, this is a man that is into horse vaginas.
Well, I mean, some foxhole might be the pet name he has for his,
Mangina.
Right. The foxhole.
That's what I'm thinking. Thank you very much, Yard Queen.
Do you think we could trick Vaughn if he does go full transition? Can we trick him into getting a boner garage tattoo on his belly?
I don't know. I'd have to. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yes, I do. Now, back to my little buddy Enrique here, who's got a fungus growing out of his head because he got turned into a zombie. Like I said, and I reported on this shit years ago, where scientists, not necessarily American either, are studying this fungus. All right, they're studying it. That is not a good thing, because if they're studying it, that means they're interested. And if they're interested, that means they're going to do something with some bitch. All right, they're going to do something with it. So be prepared, boys and girls. If the government is putting out an alert saying be prepared for zombie apocalypse, then you might want to get prepared for zombie apocalypse. Just saying.
If somebody out there can please send Vonhelton an ant farm in the mail, just right. Enjoy. Right. Right.
Yeah, put the return address to CDC or something.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. What's that one? It's the one where they say all the bullshit happens. That's in New York. So it's up on my tongue. Not Montauk, but there's another one where like they found shit like on the beaches, and it turned out to be like a rabid fucking seal or some shit. But the body looked crazy, right? And it was like, that's that monster from. It's a well-known. It's in conspiracy talk everywhere. We got to find that out. That's what you got to do. Put the return address to that and send him an ant farm.
Right.
It's just funny, Vaughn, that we're just all being played, man. We're being played because they know people believe in democracy, right? What is democracy, right? Majority rule, right?
Mob rule, right? Mob rule.
Well, I wouldn't say mob rule, but like those with the most votes or those with the most hand raises or whatever wins. You know what I mean? So we're kind of all taught that, not knowing that the fucking government can make any fucking law that even trumps that. They can make it where you can't even vote no more. You know what I mean? But
the irony.
But then people like I went on Facebook. You know what I mean? And I do this just to see what the outrageousness of what people are saying, right? So they're basically, what the fuck they're talking about when they're saying,
he's the fucking worst.
Everybody has, you know what I'm saying, or not go to a doctor.
Still going. Look.
All right, hold on a second, because COVID attacks your lungs and your bronchial tubes.
That's not true. That's
what they said.
Well, that is true.
Everybody's different. Everybody has different things that attack.
Look at that. This is a perfect time to analyze his head. Look at this. Look at how small his fucking brain hole is. Look at that.
Well, this is a characteristic of the chimp monkey, the Kentucky.
The weak dick weasel, right?
The weak dick weasel, the Kentucky long-tailed weak dick weasel.
His neck is literally thicker than his head. Look at that. It looks like he has on one of those wigs that like the founders would wear. No, he looks like the hair when one of the judges would take their wig off. That's what they had their hair like, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. But I'm taking a step. It is a wig. Just imagine he's actually bald under there, and that is like a poor man's version of the fucking.
Right.
It's a bunch of hair he's collected from not sweeping forever, and he's put it together with an elastic.
Jerry, get my hair ready.
Yeah, get daddy's hair stick. All right.
Get
the hillbilly comb out.
Yeah, get out the Kentucky comb.
The main way I knew that I had COVID was after I got well. Like the day that I didn't have a fucking fever and all this shit. That was the day I had a fucking I thought I was having a fucking heart attack. Yeah. And I was like, I was sitting at the computer talking to Entity and shit, and then all of a sudden I just felt fucking like, oh my god, like what the fuck is going on? And I felt like I was having a heart attack. I took like 3 baby aspirins and I chilled. I went to sleep, and then I was gonna call the emergency room, but then I didn't. But those are from blood clots, dude. That's COVID causes blood clots. You know what I'm saying? So I think for like 7 days after I had that initial thing, I couldn't breathe right. I was breathing all fucked up, but my oxygen level wasn't.
So I'm getting word that apparently Vaughn, G-Man, and Shanny are all live right now. This is what I'm hearing.
That is the case. And Vaughn looks fucking. I mean, he looks ready to rock and fucking roll. He's got a picture of some. I guess it's Matt Dillahunty, but in drag or something. I don't know if it's real or if someone made it or what.
I think he dressed up like that for a charity or something one time.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just a Photoshop thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I have no idea. But Lightworker Vonhelton has got his shades on. His fucking future's so bright. He's got to wear shades. And he's got his belly out. He's got his lumbar fucking pillow on point.
Right.
Titties just spilling.
Angry Roach has a question. You think Vaughn can pick up and lick his own tit?
Man, look, if he can't, he is right there. He is like literally so close, it's maddening.
Okay, fair enough. So I tell you what, I'll check that out in a minute. I'll skip ahead here, folks, because I do want to get to where he's trying to convince us he's not fat. Here we go. It's right here.
Here we go.
It's right here, because this is what it's, we can skip
Feast your eyes, bitches.
We'll let him ease into this like an old man easing into a tub.
By the same token, I keep my ass at the house, too. I don't get out much. I try to stay home.
He tries.
Especially when there's a bug out there that wants to kill people.
He's been quarantined for 20 years.
So, but I've never gotten, now, has there been times when I'd lay in that bed sick as a dog? Yes. But fortunately, those have been very few and far between, thankfully. Thankfully, they've been very rare.
When the melon's rotten,
And,
I'm in the cotton.
But yeah, our little buddy Enrique here may be a sign of the future. So be prepared. Get you some guns and ammo. Get ready for this shit. Because it may be happening. And I was told to, because the way I'm sitting in this chair, I've got this lumbar support in my back. And so it pushes my belly out and makes me look like I'm fat as fuck. So I wanted to equalize that look by providing me a pic of when I'm standing up.
Here we go, folks.
So that y'all can see that, no, I don't have this humongous beer belly that everyone is claiming.
Sorry.
It's just not that.
So first of all, no, the photo is not flattering. We've already made that up. We've already addressed that. I do want to point out, too, that he didn't take the time to even wipe the mirror down.
Or shut the fucking lid to the fucking toilet.
So, like nothing, right? This is obviously the best.
He's got the borax on the back of the thing for when he clogs it up.
What was interesting, too, that this was taken, I think, about month 7 into the kids being gone. And we know Vonhelton's not brushing his teeth. And so and you see how low on the mirror all the flicks from the fucking toothbrush are. So he's literally not wiped his mirror in fucking 7 months since the kids have been there at that point.
This has been pointed out before, I'm sure, but the best thing in this photograph is the fucking Dixie Cup dispenser from 1983.
Right.
This just hasn't been filled in 3 decades.
Right. Just sitting there.
Just chilling.
And, yeah, it's still tobacco stain from when he used to smoke. And
right. It's Camel Cools. That's that paint job there.
And what's that going on in the fucking beside the toilet? Like all that fucking, is that a green curtain to a little pantry shelf area?
I don't even want to know. That's fucking frightening. You know what it is? That's the shower curtain, and the reason it looks weird is because he's got 3 towels just hanging right behind him.
Well, here's a weird, but the thing is, doesn't that lead over? Oh, maybe it is. Yeah,
that's the bathtub. Yeah,
I thought that was the doorway. I was inverted.
No, it's
okay. I got it. All right.
Yeah, but he's got 3 towels just hanging from above, like the shower hanger there,
right?
The shower rail, the rod.
Yeah.
It's above that. What's he gonna tape to the ceiling? What's going on? I
don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. These are questions that need to be answered, folks. But it's basically just him sucking in his belly. And he reminds me very similar to some old Bugs Bunny character, like some fucking, I expect him to go like, when he walks across the fucking floor on his tiptoes, there's a tuba or something like boom, 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 boom. It's like this fucking.
I like where the camera is strategically placed to not see his 3 chins.
Right. Yeah. As he looks down, trying to hold his breath.
Right.
All right, so here's Vonhelton's explanation that he does not have man titties. Don't believe your eyes, folks.
That's not the case. I do not have a huge beer belly. I know when I'm sitting in this chair, this lumbar support makes it look like I've got this big ass belly, but I really don't. So I just thought I would equalize that. Plus, I was kind of told to throw a picture up there, and so there you go. There's your picture to counterbalance how I look when I'm sitting in the chair.
Vaughn,
Yes.
well, straight up, you eat like shit, man. I see what you eat, bro. Yeah, you eat like bonbons and fucking ice creams and shit. Like you're not gonna be flubby if you eat that shit, man. I mean,
Well, that's what. Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Well, let me address that. Okay. Yeah, that's what you see me eat when I'm on camera. What you don't see is me eating ravioli, fettuccine, fucking Salisbury steak. You don't see me eating that shit. You don't see me eating that shit on camera. You see me eating the junk food, like you said. But I mean, you don't see me eating the good shit. But
So we have a special guest here, folks. We have the actual zombie ant in question, Enrique. Thank you for joining us.
You are welcome.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
trust me, I eat much more of the good shit than I do junk food. Trust me.
yeah, but ravioli and fettuccine, that's fucking carbohydrates, man. You're gonna stop yourself from being able to burn fat when you eat that shit.
Listen to Weight Watchers Bonds giving him fucking diet tips.
Yeah, right. These two, right?
Got to.
Well, carbs are for strength. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Carbs are for strength.
What's going to build the muscle? It's very, and you eat the carbs when you're going to go lift, heavy. But anyways, Ron, it's just like so what? You know what I mean? So what? You got a fucking bet. How old are you? You're table down.
I'm 57, bro. I'm 57.
Yeah, man. I remember when you were 40 something, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like fuck, dude. Like you're gonna fucking not be. I mean, what do they want you to do? Be a fucking runway model or some shit? You know what I mean?
It would be nice to get my six pack back. I would.
That ain't never gonna happen.
That ain't never gonna happen. I don't know about that shit, dude. I mean, I saw that Bowflex commercial with that 60-year-old dude, man. He got his shit back.
Well, that dude's taking testosterone too.
Well, he might be. I don't know. We don't know.
No, he's definitely doing. That's the only way.
What is a Bowflux?
A Bowflux, yeah, Bowflux.
I get me one of them Bowfluxes. Been working for Larry.
That type of muscularity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've lost 30 pounds, dude, and the only thing I can say is don't eat. Don't eat. Don't eat. And when you do eat fucking like a little small meal of meat and vegetables. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And you'll fucking lose weight, man, and go running. You know what I mean? But fucking if you ain't doing that, man, come on, man, be real, dude. You got a little belly.
So Vaughn is actually going to compare himself to this guy because in Vaughn's mind, that's what he thinks he looks like, or not far off. Like he thinks like, oh, this is a pretty realistic goal for me.
Listen, he's 2 hard weeks at the gym away from being fucking buff ass Santa Claus.
Right.
Weight loss will not matter once our invasion is complete.
Okay.
Right.
I've gained fucking a lot of weight since hanging out on stick cam. When I was on stick cam, I was 210.
Yeah.
I first started on stick cam.
Right,
I've been almost 100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
I've lost 30. And like I said, the way I did it is by fucking not eating, fasting, and then when you do eat, you eat healthy, and then you go to bed hungry. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you got to count your calories. You got to be at a high deficit, like 800 to 1,200 calories a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, which you're gonna be fucking hungry, and when you're hungry, you're losing weight. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely. And that's where we're at. Yeah, that's totally where we're at. But yeah.
You know that all premier professional bodybuilders and heavy lifters in the world are on a strict Schwann's regime.
Absolutely. Swans and Mountain Dew, the diet of fucking champions.
I thought it was endorsed by Arnold Schwarzenegger there for a while. They had his picture on the boxes.
Well, that's what the Code Red is. Code Red for when you're fucking going to rev up your engine.
Right.
You got to drink the Code Red when you go to the gym.
Right. What do you think, Enrique?
Mountain Dew has too much sugar for us.
That's what keeps Vonhelton safe. See, that's the secret, folks.
My little buddy Enrique here.
Yeah.
Little buddy
We are not
Enrique.
friends.
My little buddy Enrique.
I don't know this fact.
What's the deal with the root growing out of his head?
The fungus, man. There's a fungus among us, literally.
Yeah, but how did he turn to? How is he a zombie?
I thought that Olympus Mons just sat through this whole fucking presentation that Vaughn did for fucking over an hour.
Right.
Am I
Now
was I
he's just
missing
full of
something?
questions.
And I was like, oh, so what's up with the ant, Vaughn? I'm like, okay.
He's not walking around with the fucking bank growing out of his head.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He was walking around. See, here's the thing, man. That fungus, it drills into his fucking exoskeleton. It can literally penetrate his exoskeleton. And how does it? Well, it just falls out of the fucking sky, or it falls off of a plant, or whatever. And then it gets on his exoskeleton. It drills into his exoskeleton, finds his fucking brain, and then it literally turns him into a zombie and controls his brain and tells his brain to go here, go there, go everywhere until it finds a nice moist place to propagate its spores. Then it fucking takes root at that spot, literally crushing his brain or his skull and grow. Like I said, like you see here, the fungus is growing out of his fucking skull. And but it literally controls him like a zombie. The fungus does. And like I said, these scientists, they're messing with this shit. And if the scientists are messing with it, that's a bad idea. That's a bad thing. All right, because they're gonna figure out how to use this bitch on humans. You can bet.
No one controls Enrique.
Right.
Well, the whole thing about the zombies was started mainly why it's been such a newsworthy topic is because supposedly Nostradamus predicted a zombie. Well, he says a Russian scientist will create a virus that will make people like half dead or something like that, and it'll eventually lead to the end of human existence altogether.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Nostradamus was actually a colony of ants in a human suit.
Oh, insight.
I mean, goddamn, ain't you afraid of being a zombie? You ain't in control of your own actions? That's pretty fucking scary, dude. You don't have to be, that's not being a wimp. That's that's reality, man. Because when you ain't in control of your own actions, that's pretty fucking scary. There's nothing wrong with being afraid of not being in control of your own senses, man. There's nothing bad about being afraid of that shit. That's normal. Okay, that's normal. That's some scary shit. PC says I'm a low carb, high fat diet. Well, there you go. Okay.
Well, that's a keto diet. I mean, that's basically the new thing. But the basic thing is like you only really need carbs if you're gonna fucking, like if you're gonna go lift heavy at the gym.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can have like a fucking ice cream cone because or ice cream bar or something like that because that those carbs are gonna help with your glycogen. Which your glycogen is like.
I'm holding out here, folks, because I know they bring the topic back up and he actually discusses his man titty. So I'm just waiting for
what's going to keep you pumped and going. So right after a heavy lift, your body kind of like is using up all that glycogen, and then you're just you feel down, you're fucking tired. So right. you want to keep those stored up so you don't crash. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to go lift heavy, or if you're going to sit on your ass all day, then you shouldn't be eating carbs. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oops. Let me go back here. All right. People were saying, Trump didn't show up on the 4th and he didn't show up on the 6th. And so therefore, all this shit is crazy and not true. And let me tell you, folks, if you think that Biden legitimately won the election, well, I hate to tell you this, but that's not the case.
If you think Biden legitimately won the election, you are a dumbass.
Yeah, for real. You are.
Just straight up. Like,
yeah, but that's not the point, Bond. You said Trump was the real president and Biden was just the president of Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not whether or not it's true or false, whatever. That's not what you said, bro.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the point, right? Is holding him accountable for what he said, not fucking.
Well, whatever. Biden didn't win. It's not fair.
Yeah, anyways. So still all coming. Yeah. So I think up here he starts talking about his man titties again. Oh, just a sec. We got another baptized in fire. What gave me a 905 bench was a steady diet of Schwann's microwave food, peanut butter, and ice cream. Helton diet works, people. Works.
Listen, the trick is pralines and cream ice cream because that has extra protein in it. From the nuts.
Vonhelton fight milk.
And fight milk. Dude, absolutely. We got to make a Vonhelton fight milk commercial. Where's Fat Photog at?
Yeah.
Now imagine hundreds of them doing that shit to you.
Guzzling the drink of champions. Look at that. Just chugging it down like a champion. Look at that head. I can't get over it.
And you will lose.
Well, let's just pause and appreciate it for a second.
I mean, look at that. I mean, tell me that's a normal size fucking skull.
That's what I'm saying. This is fucking further evidence of his fucking decadent hill folk fucking gene pool. That
decadent hill folk. We had a guy that I worked at a factory, and his name was Harold, and I never noticed it. And this other guy named Kenny, he's a black guy, and we all had to wear hairnets, right? When we were, because we're handling stuff that people were gonna, that were food products. And Kenny said, "That's old half-head Harold down there." And I said, "What? What'd you call him?" Half-head Harold. And he had the head just like Vaughn. It's a half a head.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Enrique, now we know
Yes.
that Mountain Dew is not a preferred substance of your species. Now, Vonhelton, speaking of his cranium capacity, and also the fact that I do believe it is encased in Mountain Dew, what would he be a desirable target for the zombie fungi?
He will toil in the sugar caves.
Okay, so he'll be set to work. Okay.
Wait. Never heard of hemp coffee. I'm being serious. I've never heard of hemp coffee. I never heard of that. I thought hemp was what you made fucking t-shirts and hats and shit out of. What I thought hemp was for. Making clothing. The textile industry was taking a nosedive because people would grow hemp, make their own damn clothes. And so the clothing industry was taking a nosedive. It's like, we got to do something. Oh, we'll outlaw marijuana. And thereby, by extension, we'll outlaw its cousin hemp. My cousin hemp. Kind of like my cousin Shemp. You'll get it. For those of you who got age on you, you'll get it. Anyway, the original Biden is dead. I don't know who this motherfucker is, but he ain't Biden.
I forgot. Biden wears a skin mask. I forgot.
They were actually entertaining the fact that it could be Jim Carrey actually playing.
This is great.
Then another one was, I think he mentions in here the possibility it might be a Trump supporter posing as Biden. But Vaughn can't quite figure it out because it wouldn't make sense. He signed all those orders reversing Trump's fucking. But they might pull the mask off. And then he went on about Michael Jackson, Lady Di, and blah, blah, blah again. So
Right. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks.
Yeah, them hornets are big, man. Big as my hand. Easily as big as my hand. Yeah.
Man, his hand, I know it's hard to catch it, but his hands are dirty. They're yellow.
yeah, I know. So that's what I think Blue was kind of pointing out. There's yeah, I don't even want to know what he fucking touches on that day, man.
They're no butters. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Dear.
Can I? Sure. I'll give a shout out to Dr. Del Mundo and Del Muno or whatever her name was in Clay County CPS. Shout out.
Dr. Del Mundo, the code word is man tits. The code word for this cycle of the operation is man tits. You know where to go from. You know where to go from here.
Right.
Just not on the level that Trump says. Well,
The chair is against the wall.
Right.
The Connecticut Mirror. The Connecticut Mirror, which is a left-leaning rag, says voter fraud is real. What do you say now, Facebook and Twitter? The Connecticut Mirror, a left-leaning newspaper, says that voter fraud is real. YouTube and Facebook and Twitter.
What's funny about this, and I'm going to skip ahead because I just don't want to hear him talk about Trump and shit. It's not interesting. But what is funny is he reads these, right? So he does this typical thing. He's like, voter fraud. He puts it in Google, and he's like, look, 16 million results. And he's trying to say that's 16 million pieces of evidence, right? Just because that's some connect. The top 3 ones actually had anything to do with what he was talking about.
But Mouse was just a troll.
Yeah. And then he fucking... and then the only article he reads was the one in Pennsylvania about the Trump supporter who tried to vote for his wife. That's the only one he read. Anyways, I'm going to skip.
Why is this human's eyes crooked?
Because he was kicked in the head by a cow when he was shoveling the horse manure back in the day.
Don't ask why there was cows in the horse stables.
Here we go.
Look at that. Look at them titties.
Look what that lumbar does to his fucking side thickness. What do we got, a circumference on that? His arm is actually enveloping his fucking sleeve.
You know, just for the record, you know, Vaughn is hilarious. It's hilarious to me that Vaughn is getting fat, but it's not like Vaughn is just the fattest fucker out here or anything like that. It's just the reason it's funny is because he really thinks he looks like Swole Santa in the picture earlier.
Oh, yeah, he thinks he
thinks he's literally two more sit-ups away, and that's what he's going to look like.
Yeah. That's where he's at, folks.
He is oddly shaped.
He is a pear-shaped. He's kind of becoming one of those like Weebles. Right. The Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
And you know, I'd love him. I kind of want to see him, kind of don't want to see him, type of thing. But I'd love to see him from like the middle of the thigh down. Right. I wonder if his thigh and his ankle is the same width. Probably.
I mean, like I said, man, this fucking list goes on forever. No voter fraud? Yeah, bullshit. I'm sitting here looking at story after story after story after story after story. I mean, let me see how many hits it says.
Oh, here we go.
16 million results, folks. Now, admittedly, half of those are repeats. So let's take half away. So that would leave 8 million results. That's still a lot.
And again, the only one that he reads happens to be about a Trump supporter that was caught cheating. I just thought that was ironic and funny, but all right, let's skip ahead because I know he fucking goes on about the man tits up here. So, oh, there we go. He's back on it. Here we go. Man titties, folks. You've been warned.
Oh, you love Trump? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just saying. Obviously, if you're a Trump supporter, this doesn't apply, right? But now I'm telling you, I could show you the news articles where they found Trump votes in baggies, tossed to the side of the interstate. My old stomping grounds, I-75. They found Trump votes all along the Interstate 75.
Well, that's what you do with evidence,
I think
right?
they found them on other
That's what I do. When I do something like that, when I commit a federal crime, I just throw that chicken fucking evidence right out the window, bro.
Well,
it
was reported that it was a fucking Harris Biden van written right down the side of it. And when they opened it up, it was Joe Biden with sunglasses on dumping the fucking votes into the ditch. That's what I heard anyways. But
boy, time flies when you're exposing evil, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Anyways, but yeah, that has been the primary focus of this here live, is to point out the absolute hypocrisy being touted, which it is. Because obviously there was voter fraud, tons of it. So coming on the internet and saying there wasn't no voter fraud, well, I'm sorry, but that's a flat out lie. That's a flat out lie. And nobody likes a liar. Nobody. Trust me. Trust me on that. Nobody likes a liar.
good old fashioned spit.
But yeah, that's where we're at, boys and girls. I don't know what else to tell you. That's where we're at.
He lives in the country, folks. You got to understand that. Dog shit.
There's a hole in the trailer right there.
Yeah.
I'll throw my picture back up there again. Like I said, I was requested to throw a picture up there, so I'm throwing a picture up there.
Oh,
Don't get mad at me.
Here we go, folks.
You know, don't be hating on me and shit. I was told to throw a picture up,
So, folks, don't believe the haters. Don't look at his live feed of what he looks like. Look at this picture, which is also awful and shows that he's fat. I mean, both don't do him any favors here, folks, but that's what he's telling you. Don't believe your eyes. He's not actually fat. It's an optical illusion.
I'm throwing a picture
I did not know it was possible for an ant to get an erection.
Well, neither did I.
Sitting in this chair makes it look like I got this huge ass belly. I don't. It's a lumbar pillow behind me that's causing that. It's causing me to look like that. That's what I look like when I'm standing up. All right. As
Pillow,
you can see,
folks.
there's no huge beer belly. There is no huge man titties. That was another claim. Huge man titties. As you can see, I don't. That's a lie.
Mm.
You know. But see, it ain't nothing for a troll to lie. Okay. They'll lie at the drop of a hat and drop it to themselves.
So what do you guys think out there in the chat? Do you think a lumbar fucking cushion on your chair is going to make you have man titties? Is that an optical illusion that's actually feasible? Are we maybe being too harsh here? Because as far as I know, I don't think a lumbar... The guy has tits. I mean, he can't deny it.
I'm telling you what, I'm throwing my lumbar cushion out the fucking window. You know,
Yeah,
I've been a little bit out of work since the COVID thing hit. I saw my brother the other day. And he goes, "Man, are you getting fat?" I said, "No, it's a lumbar, man. It's my lumbar pillow."
Oh, you got it strapped on still.
Yeah, I wear it all around. I wear it out. You know what I mean? I don't have it strapped to my computer chair. I just wear it out.
Wow, let's go ahead and fucking look at that comparison, folks.
I like that shirt is fucking painted on him,
Right.
and you can see the titty ripples on the side still.
Right. Yeah, I don't have tits, but here they are.
But look at my tits.
Ain't nothing for a troll to lie. But that's what they like to do. They like to lie.
Soak it in, ladies. This is your future.
What do you think his hair smells like?
Yeah, that's the way I sit in the
God.
chair with that lumbar in my back makes me look like I got this huge belly, and I don't. I do not have it.
Like
Sorry.
fucking
Sorry about your luck.
like old ass Chef Boyardee and poor life choices.
Oh, dirty fucking mattress.
Shit, look, he throws that video of him when the dog had what I know a lot of people thought it was actual shit on the dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm unconvinced, but it was something that made him retch. So it was
Right.
something terrible. And where did he put the dog? On his fucking bed with no sheets on his mattress. Because everybody knows, hey, man, I can just put a sheet over the mattress, man, right? It'll be clean.
Someone saying full-blown ERV mode activate. Huh. All right. I don't know if that means is he in ERV mode over on GTV? I don't know. We'll check in a minute.
Did you finally get a cell phone? You mean, did I finally get a mobile device? I have a mobile device, yes. Yes, I have a working mobile device now. Yes. Yes, I do. And there it is. There it is. I have a working mobile device, and I have a Cash App to go with it. Let me get the Cash App to you. There we go. Let me get the Cash App up. I totally forgot to put the Cash App up. Sure did.
Wow.
I sure did. I forgot to put it up, man. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, if you have a mobile device and you feel so inclined, there you go. There you go. Old Gmail account, or my old Google account.
All right. Actually, I'm going to put it back here for a second.
Hemp. Ain't no. Are you liable to get your minivan ripped to shreds? Okay.
All right, folks. So I'm pretty sure I see man titties there. Am I just hallucinating?
Nah, dude. He's got lady lumps right in the middle of his chest.
All right, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, Vaughn has changed to the Ford shirt.
Oh man, he had some shades on.
We can go back a little bit. Well, let's see what's cooking over here. Everyone should be able to hear it.
Someone says you're a terrible person, I just let it roll
There you
off.
go.
People call me a terrible person from time to time, and I just let it roll off.
Do you guys hear it?
Yes, I hear it.
What is your own line, Todd?
Try to be the best person I can every day.
Same.
Well, that might work in atheism, but in Christianity, my friend, you need Christ. What you need to do is forsake that nonsense and come to Christ.
It's not impossible.
I'd rather have you do that than be a criminal. But at the same time, though, you really need to forsake atheism because you ain't got no argument for being an atheist. You say you're not convinced. You say there's no evidence.
Is that a toilet brush?
I do say I'm not.
You're saying that there's no evidence. If you saying that there's evidence, you ain't gonna be an atheist.
He's literally got a claw hammer for a back scratcher.
Right.
Yes, it is. Anyway, Mark 73 is a terrible person. I'll tell you what, Mark 73, when you use that education you got to define what a terrible person is, I'll take you seriously.
Christian Life's Matter asked what it would take to bring me back to Christianity. A road to Damascus experience would go a long way. That would help.
No, it's direct.
D-Roy is in G-Man's chat.
So in other words,
oh, that D-Roy guy that drag covers or whatever.
Yes.
Ah, interesting. Dove Kitty, Secular Opinion, can we call out the bowl under the monitor that has been there for over a week? Sure, let's call it out. Let's do it.
A sinner. I don't believe in sin.
You commit adultery. You lust after other women.
Well, no, not bad things. Separation from God's character.
And me and you do the same stuff. So stop it. All right, stop it.
No, I'm not saying I don't do bad things. I'm saying sin being defined as separation from God's nature. How is that going to apply to me if I don't believe God exists?
slide my pretty.
Oh, this is a good one.
Wait a minute.
Why did he throw the dog?
That's nice, fake.
He says, G-Man, if you say Shanny is not racist, that makes you a racist. Wow, I mean, did you figure that out all by yourself? Okay, can you do me a favor? What's the definition of a racist? Okay, that's number one.
That's a good question.
I'm going to get a drink.
And then number two, the next question is really, 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 really tough, okay? How does that make me an atheist if I say that somebody is not an atheist? Please hit me with that knowledge. Show me that college education.
What?
This is what Gentleman Pioneer is talking about. I mean, I'm a dumb, stupid, uneducated, nitwit idiot. And these knuckleheads are coming on here claiming that they're smarter than me, and they're getting owned every time they come on this channel. What does that make them, Shanny?
Goats.
Yeah, basically going whack, 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 whack.
They're all sheep, man. They're all sheep. Oh my God! I threw my dog.
No, Vaughn, you got that wrong. A goat goes whack with a W. A sheep goes back. There's a difference.
Yes, with a B, right?
Sheep and goats. So anyway, I got the queen here. I got Shanny for Christ.
Are goats not sheep?
Mine?
No.
Oh, it's been good, I guess.
No, they are not.
It's been very boring.
Zombie
day.
Ant.
I've just been talking to Jason pretty much the whole day. I've done a couple videos, but I've been most of the time just talking to my husband. It's been boring. My life is boring. And then trying to keep my youngest up so he could do school online, and that is just a horrible nightmare.
Does your son know how to use the computer himself?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have to get out of my orthopedic bed to look at him.
Okay. So he's got a YouTube future, you think, maybe?
Oh, God, I don't know. I hope not.
No. Can you imagine in 10 years what's going to be the new YouTube, though? Remember 10 years ago, no, we weren't doing this. We were doing Google Hangouts. So 10 years from now, what's going to be the new platform?
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube won't be here in 10 years.
It'll be something new. Something new and
YouTube
exciting.
will not be here in 10 years. Neither will Google. Google and YouTube will not be here. Facebook will not be here.
It'll be virtual stuff. It'll be like
if MySpace hadn't converted to music only, they wouldn't be here. But YouTube, Google, Facebook, and Twitter will be gone.
I've been thinking about.
I don't know about 10 years, but they'll be gone.
Vaughn's had a long day of sitting,
I'm thinking about.
so he's tuckered.
Well, it's hard to do nothing all day.
Twitch ain't too bad. I've not had too many problems with Twitch.
I wonder if that'll be the next big thing, like virtual interaction, like Shanny and I can high five for real.
Yeah,
like feel something on the other end.
That actually is being discussed.
I bet that's the next big thing.
That actually is being discussed.
No, I wouldn't be comfortable.
Well, in a limited sort of way.
Shanny only high fives people in the face.
Virtual conferencing is being discussed.
That's true.
It's in the discussion phase, I guess you'd say, but it's not. There's nothing.
I'm gonna take a liberty to do this one here because I think this would be a lot of fun. Mark 73 says, can G-Man address threatening children? Yes, I can. In Romans 3:23, the Bible says that all have sinned and has fallen short of the glory of God. The Bible says that we are that we are sinners. Okay, and I'm glad you're finally starting to understand this, Mark.
You know,
you need a savior.
I'm sure I'm in the minority here, but people that were super outspoken atheists, right? That's just annoying to me. But G-Man is the fucking worst. Like, I hate everything that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I want to punch him so bad.
Oh, I know.
About how he was going to round up the little children and kill them all. Okay, and what was God's response to that, boys and girls? Yeah, it wasn't too nice.
And I address Indigo Butterfly. She's a friend.
Indigo.
So those of you, I think those of you that are calling CPS out to steal people's children, you might want to read about what happened to King Herod when he murdered all those kids.
What?
Under the gauze of government.
Jesus,
okay, he was the head of government. Okay, he exercised his right as pure procurator of that area, and he killed all them children. What happened to King Herod as a result of that, guys?
Yeah, Butterfly told me a couple of fibs, but you know what? I forgave Butterfly, and we moved on.
What lies did she tell you?
Oh, here we go.
I have a stress tumor.
Yeah, about her health and everything. But you want to know what, though? I forgive Butterfly, just like I forgive all of the atheists who tried to ruin my life here on the internet, except there's a couple of them that's, we got to deal with them differently. But as far as, so Todd, here's the thing, Todd. What's your opinion about forgiveness? What is the power of forgiveness?
I think it's a very positive thing. It helps us move on from things and gives people a chance to redeem themselves. I think that's really important.
So I said some horrible things to Shanny that Shanny can rant on me like crazy about. And I said some things about Rev, and they forgave me. I forgave them. Why is everybody mad about us forgiving each other?
Do you remember the very first time we were on a stream together? Because I think I do. And I think it was the time I said to you, I think it's great that you forgave Shanny. And I think it took you back a little bit. It took you back at that moment. But I remember that first meeting.
My pride, I had to swallow my anger. I had to digest it, poop it out. I had to just deal with it. And say,
all right, I take it back. I no longer want to punch G-Man. I want to punch Tuba Todd.
I'm going to be loving. I'm going to forgive. I'm going to move on. You know what I mean? No matter what. And they did the same thing. The only people that keeps bringing this up is this community. They just want us to fight. And I'm sorry, you're not getting that.
Yes, we will.
I say good for you. Don't let other people dictate how you feel. It's great.
Exactly. And that's the superiority of Christianity, you know, versus secular morality. Secular morality seems to be a morality that
secular.
This, I'm not going to forgive you. I hate you type mentality.
No.
Christianity teaches us to, you know, to love our neighbor the way we love ourselves, to love our enemies, and to love our God. And that's what we're supposed to be practicing on a daily basis. And that's what I'm going to do.
G-Man, you're going to have to clean out the outside chat, dude. You got about 5 or 6 of them in there.
Really? Let me see.
Or give me a wrench and let me do it.
I'll go out there. I'll take care of it. Let me see. Because if I give it to you...
Check your chat. Yakety yak.
Well, that's true.
Which comments do you guys want to see go bye-bye? Just tell me.
Well, Stolen Valor Vonhelton, obviously. That's a direct attack on you.
And then there's that Glanderson Booper.
Yeah,
March 73. Hey, do me a favor, Shane. Tell Glanderson Cooper that he is the weakest link.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
That's right, Glanderson Cooper. You are the weakest link, and as soon as this thing stops moving,
I'm the weakest link. Goodbye. You gotta kind of move your head to the side. Goodbye.
Let me make sure that the person.
The weakest link. Goodbye.
Okay.
Vonhelton is the Valor thief. You start with that one.
You gotta go, Glanderson Cooper. Sorry.
Mark 73.
Baby.
Mark 73 has been asking.
You know, years ago, in one of Von's live stream or blog TVs, he named off 3 of his real life haters that hated on him in grade school.
Yeah.
And I remember those names. So if anyone wants to send me a little I can give you the inside tip. And he said first and last name, and I remember all 3.
You know,
so if you really want to wig him out.
Just how ironic he's on a panel talking about forgiveness when he's making fucking videos about people that harassed him in grade school, right?
I haven't made plans. It's kind of hard to do stuff during, COVID season.
Yeah, COVID.
I'm planning on making some Easter bread and a nice meal and
how close is
movies with the boys.
How can I ask you this question? I'll put this in. I can't because he's in here.
Is Easter bread like a whole loaf of Wonder Bread just dipped in chocolate?
I don't know.
I've never heard of Easter bread in my life.
I thought it was an American thing, so I just didn't want to say anything.
I ain't never heard of it.
Easter bread, fuck.
You can?
You know.
You gotta go on a vacation.
Vacation from what?
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean? Like, get out of the house. You know what I mean? When you feel better.
I don't know about Todd here, but these 3 fuckers here haven't fucking signed a W-2 in fucking a decade, at least.
And the Royals and their racism thing and how they're doing this drummed up story just to get the Royals back into the media and blah, blah, blah. It was random.
Mm-hmm.
Just a random rant at 4:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep.
All right. Mark 73 wants me to explain evolution to him. I have a really good video on here talking to Erica about evolution. You can go take a look at that, Mark 73. Hey, Vac, let me get you in here, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. All right. The death of the Lulz is here.
Another Lulz killer, folks.
You and Shanny husband would love to.
Vampires are real.
All right. Lady Starfire in the chat here says Easter bread apparently is a thing. They're loaded with eggs, which symbolizes rebirth from the dough to golden hue. Okay, I've literally never heard of that. I live smack dab in the middle of the Bible Belt, and I've never been offered a slice of Easter bread ever.
Well, I'm still going with Shanny's version. Probably is a loaf of Wonder Bread deep fried with chocolate coating,
right? With confection sugar, or what's it called? Powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar all over it.
That's actually my funniest part of the Bible because the disciples came to
him.
What are you doing? He's like, I'm hanging out with Republicans and sinners. So like, why are you doing that? They lost their minds. They absolutely lost their minds because at the time they were still Orthodox Jews. And, Jesus hanging out with sinners. Oh, my gosh, that was just horrible. That was just, worse than washerwomen, man. It was really bad.
Vaughn, you know what, Vaughn? I blocked Mark 73 earlier. You know who this Mark 73 guy is, right?
No.
Mark 73 is that dude that was pretending to be you. I'm pretty sure of it.
Oh, probably is.
I'm going to block him again, and then he'll come back.
Shanny's free teeth is in there, so evading the ban. So let's cheer Shanny's free teeth on.
One of my longtime haters from the UK. And by coming in here trolling, he's violating the UK law. UK actually has laws against trolling.
Bonner's the biggest tattletale little bitch.
Right now. So you can flag Pipey and get him arrested.
You can flag. That's Pipey McGraw.
Yes, you can. You flag him. If you flag him for trolling, he can actually go to jail.
No,
they have UK has anti-trolling laws to do.
Mark,
Pipey, the hero.
They are.
Ron, your kids went the way of the dodo bird and your teeth.
Why are you watching?
Yeah, why are you here? Yeah, exactly.
Because these are your fans, Shanny, and they can't.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because you're entertaining. Absolutely.
I can live without them, though.
Oh, God, that's definitely true.
You're ultimately the master of that, you fucking enormous bacon goblin. All you gotta do is click the big red X.
Okay.
Let me see something. What can we talk about? Let's see something here. You say you went to seminary, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. Let's see. How about this? You lead it.
That just reminded me. It brought up a point. I was watching Schemo over there crying, and he was going on how he wished he could just fucking hit a button and fucking kill everybody in the world so he could fucking get a break from the internet. And I'm like, well, guess what? There is a button you can push to get a break from the internet, you fucking moron.
Crazy as it sounds, if you go to the top right corner, just click it, all your troubles go away.
I wish I had a fucking button I could push to fucking get away from the internet and kill all you fuckers.
There. You know why, Herod? These people that call CPS call the government. I mean, Herod was the government. Okay.
CPS, so, absolutely. The ancient Hebrew CPS came and got all the baby Jesuses.
That's right. Hey, what's up, Ollie?
Good evening, gentlemen.
What do you think CPS is energized by? CPS ain't energized by God. Are you kidding me?
Look at that lumbar cushion.
CPS ain't energized by God. They're energized by demons too.
Kids, man.
Somebody needs to tell him to put it behind his back, not in his shirt.
It cannot be of God. Okay, they just
especially if you have those blonde, blue-eyed boys like I do. Oh yeah, you get a lot of money, CPS.
Yeah, blonde hair and blue eyes, boy. That sells big. Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's true.
I mean, I would never open.
Do they lose any value if they check your OnlyFans, Shanny? Like, it came out of there.
All I know is if they knock on my door, they'll be doing a lot of this. There ain't nobody getting no answer. I'm not saying hello. I'm not saying goodbye, and I'll never be home.
Excuse
me. G-Man, we could talk about when Peter asked Jesus, how many times should I forgive my brother? You mentioned earlier you thought you should forgive atheists 7 times 70, but the Greek word there is adolphos, which may mean brothers in Christ. Now, it's kind of iffy because it's used in both locations. But do you think he was saying forgive anyone?
No,
or just brothers?
I think he was saying just
our enemies. We're taught to love our enemies. Veckel, is that you in the background, man? You cut your camera on, and you need to text me or something. But there's no way in the world I'm letting you in here unless I get proof that's you.
Yeah, I had a fake Veckel a few weeks ago. I had a fake Veckel.
Yeah, because you know what they're going to try to do? They're going to try to porn bomb. So Veckel is that
porn bomb. That's right.
Nobody can fake Veckel.
I faked a G-Man on Bond one night.
Text me.
Ancient spirits of evil. Transform this decayed home
to Monra, the ever living.
He does such a good job at that. He does such a good job.
That's Frank. I can't remember his last name. That does Optimus Prime. Was Mumra.
What's up, Veckel? I'm you.
Same guy.
Thank you for letting me in the room. I know. Yeah.
That's such
a fucking kill me now.
Thundercats. Oh. You know that guy's still doing the animation.
Vaughn was like 30 when that cartoon came out.
Right.
And he's great. He's amazing.
Beckle found a way to sound more gay.
Exactly. You heard his theological. You heard his theological.
This is fucking painful.
What was it?
When
I'm gonna turn that down for a second because I just
Yeah,
don't care
this
about
is just awful. And
Beckle's opinion on anything.
Right.
Oh, now we got Hannah Stout out. If you don't know who Hannah Stout is, folks, I have featured her amazing karaoke abilities on the Weirdo Wonderland before.
Well, I know she sounds like she's got a head injury when she speaks. So.
Well, she's got the scar to match, so I think probably.
She needs more marbles to put in her mouth.
Yes. Oh my God! What an elite fucking panel G-Man is assembling around Todd.
Look at Shanny, man.
That's Chris Chan. Oh, it is Shanny. Sure. Thought it was Christina Chandler.
I don't think I don't know what his angle is. I think he's just kind of in there to kind of rile them up in his little way, like to. I mean, listen, I'm not poo-pooing. I'm not the fucking troll police. Do whatever you want, right? Mm. But I feel like he's kind of in there, kind of. You can't see his hands. He's stroking his cock because he's smarter than a bunch of retards.
Are you referring to Todd?
Yeah.
I think he's just stringing him around just to.
He's certainly doing it for sure. I just think he might be like. You might not see his face for a second. He's spitting on his dick and he's stroking.
Right, like he might be a whole lot smarter than me. I don't know.
Sure,
I just can't figure his angle out.
Well, I mean, it's not like if you catch him being a hypocrite or if you catch him out on a fact, it won't even phase them. They'll just move right on along to the next thing.
No, I think he's just in there to fucking entertain himself and string it along. I think that's as far as his angle goes, personally.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like I said, I'm not poo-pooing or
Self-gratification.
Yeah, I think it's just sitting in with the cows, taking a little drink here and there. He's visiting the farm.
Right. I mean, listen, and he may be doing a service, man, because if all the cows get stomped on, right? Like they're gonna fucking never leave their fucking stable, right? So they got to have a whisperer out there vaping sweet nothings to their ears.
I'm actually surprised that G-Man let Todd in because Todd did that diss rap, and apparently G-Man deemed it offensive or something, right?
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a secret that Todd is very skeptical and very critical of everyone in this room. Now, I don't know the Hannah person, so I can't say.
Well, she's an old friend, an internet friend of Shanny. So
that's all you got to say. But so what I'm getting at is that I know that he's pretty vocal about his disapproval of them as humans.
Right.
So.
Well, what was funny though is G-Man had issued a challenge to anyone to make a diss rap about him, and he had all these conditions. It could be no cussing. It couldn't talk about this. It had to be. So Todd made up a diss rap about G-Man, and it fit all the parameters that G-Man specified. No cussing, no swearing,
And it was actually pretty good.
And G-Man dismissed it and found it offensive and wouldn't let Todd even come in the chat or anything. So I'm surprised that he's up on panel. That was kind of my whole point.
Well, I've got it right here from Dragon G DGG whatever. Mm-hmm. Lightworker Vonhelton, you have been challenged to a warlock off against Secular Opinion upon the plains of Oblivion.
That's right.
We've been trying to crack that chestnut for a minute, Dragon Jim. I wish you nothing but success.
But he mentioned that my atheist magic was weak.
Weak atheist magic, right?
So I don't know. What are they talking about now?
I think.
Go ahead.
I think the key is to, if you do get into a warlock off with him, is just a quote like from Beastmaster. Like that's all your spells are just lines from the movie Beastmaster.
Well, did you guys catch the other day that whoever's remote viewing him wears red eyeshadow?
Yeah, I seen that. He saw the eyes the one time, and they turned into.
I go to bed wearing red eyeshadow just to fuck with him, just so you know.
Oh, it's remote viewing him. Okay.
Yeah, fuck him.
Well, Paul's trying to buy them kids.
Right.
You know how much you can get for a white baby?
Every day I'm hustling.
Right.
It's real,
Yeah, based on a real story. That's why it's scary.
I can top it. The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
That one,
That
yeah.
tops The Exorcist and Scary, I think.
Oh, I see. They're all citing their evidence for their fucking superstitious beliefs
Right, I got you.
based on a true story.
No.
Well, that means it's got to be true legally, dude. Don't you know anything?
You see Vaughn in the background
Listen,
nodding.
they could
Yes, yes.
they couldn't write
yes.
based on a true story if it wasn't true. That's the law.
Right.
And my parents, they used to do exorcisms a lot, and you
Wow.
see like women come in with these really deep voices, and it was horrifying.
You sound like you're possessed.
I was around that like.
Her speech impediment drives me crazy.
Yeah, but her demon is retarded, apparently.
So, I mean, that answers a lot of questions right there. I mean, who hands up out there, folks? Whose parents used to do exorcisms on the side?
I've never
No.
even heard of. Like I said, I live smack dab in the middle of the Bible Belt. I've been to Sunday school 10 million times.
Right.
Never seen an exorcism.
I'm just
Never
thinking,
heard anyone talking about exorcising.
Nah,
anything.
weekends, it's a side gig. They fucking bring in a few fucking possessed women talking in deep voices. And when we were kids, and we'd run around them, poke at them with sticks, and fucking they'd cast demons out. And, you know.
In all fairness, I grew up in that environment where my grand folk, right, very superstitious. Like, I witnessed house cleansing, smudging, that kind of.
Right.
I never seen a fucking exorcism happen unless it was me on a treadmill.
No, apparently there's enough that her parents did it as a side hustle. It was the fucking moonlighting as an exorcist.
I mean, listen, if I could get that gig, if it pays well, if I can make $2,000 a week exercising the devil, you fuckers point me where, and I'll stand in
Call
line.
me Constantine. I'm all over it.
Mm.
The scariest book. Pet Cemetery. The scariest book.
You
I've
think
ever
Pet
read.
Cemetery over it? Really? I thought
The
it
book
was
is
scary.
horrifying. Like
Yeah.
Stephen King, he said when he writes stuff, he wants to scare himself. That's why it's so
Yes.
scary, because like he's trying to scare himself.
He's
so-
trying to scare himself, and he's a normal skeptic. So, yeah.
Hey, Beckel,
Yeah.
Beckel, is there any particular scene you remember from Return of the Living Dead that spooked you more than anything else? Because I remember one.
Yeah,
These
the
are Christian
music,
ministers.
man.
The music's
that
up
music.
there. I
That
remember
music
the,
is,
the little girl with the spade walking down the stairs and stabbing her mother with the spade.
Wait a minute, that's not a Return of the Living Dead.
That's the original Return of the Living Dead.
Oh,
that was probably well before him.
Well, anyways, I don't know.
I think that was Night of the Living Dead, actually.
I remember when I was a little kid, I wanted a scary movie, and my mom and dad had separated for a very small amount of time. So me and my brother were at my dad's, and we wanted a scary movie. He goes, I'll get you a movie that'll scare the shit out of you. And he got us a black and white Night of the Living Dead or whatever. And me and my brother were like, this is fucking stupid. Like, at no point were we afraid watching that movie.
Okay, before we leaves the plot here, Steve McRae, manager, has been exorcised.
Okay.
We can't let that just roll by. 13 years old, because he grew up in a cult. This is good stuff we need to know about.
All right, well, I'd like to thank Hannah's translator for coming in, help us out with this. Hannah's translator, can you please help us decipher what this poor marble-mouthed young lady is trying to express to us? Are you there? Hannah's translator. Well, there's still Okay.
Swahili. Okay, gotcha.
I can't do it. So puppet, Chucky, things like that. I can't do it.
Chucky, yeah.
The new Chucky is really good, by the way.
Oh, is it really?
How did that movie scare
Yeah,
anybody?
really good.
I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, I never got into the whole horror doll fucking.
Right, it's a little baby doll, dude.
Just kick the fucking thing and. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I get it. I liked Chucky, but I was never like scared watching it.
It's a doll, dude. Fucking throw it in the fire.
Every time. Every time.
I mean, there are scary movies that I watched. I know me and you've talked about it several times there, Rolo, but Hereditary scare. I won't watch that movie in the dark. I mean, that movie fucked me up.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Unsettling. He's good at unsettling you. Movies. Yeah, it was good. But yeah, you typically the fucking haunted doll thing. I think is
Just again, I liked the when I was a little kid is when the Chucky movies came out, and I watched the first couple of them, and I think they've made like a dozen. I've seen the first two, and I saw them when I was young. And I watched them because my peer group watched them, and we talked about it. But it was never scary. The Friday the 13th movies were never scary.
Right.
Ever.
They're scarier in your mind, I think, too. People blow them up and you go back and watch them. Like,
Yeah, it's nothing to it. It's the reason we watched Friday the 13th was because it had hot chicks taking their clothes off.
oh yeah,
That's why we watched that.
That was always a bonus for getting those movies. Yeah.
The very first Freddy movie, Nightmare on Elm Street, that one was pretty good. That one was pretty scary.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was freaky. It had some freaky shit in it.
But none of the mainstay scary movies, none of them I thought were very scary.
No. They rely a lot on jump scares and stuff nowadays, special effects, and I don't know.
Yeah, Midsommar was good. It wasn't as fucked up as Hereditary, but it was good.
Well, it wasn't. It was a difference. I out of the two, I actually prefer Midsommar just because of the way it is. But Hereditary was a flat out horror movie, right? Like it was a lot. That's what it was. Totally that genre. Midsommar.
It was a good movie. I do own it.
Wicker Man.
Wicker Man. Yeah, it was very well done. And The Witch. I love that movie.
Yeah, The Witch. Robert Eggers, is that his name? The director is.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's the same dude in all three of those movies. It's
No,
the producer or
The Witch. Oh, it's the same company. Like
maybe that's what it is.
They're two different directors, but yeah, because the dude that did The Lighthouse did The Witch.
Lighthouse, very good movie, and I wasn't really scared watching it, but it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was. I just liked it. It was
it.
a quirky, weird movie. It was just. I don't really know how to pin it. Was it a horror movie or was it just?
I don't know. It's like a surreal fucking fever dream. Yeah, I don't even. Like I said, it was more of like an acid movie. You know, like the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas type movies, where you eat a handful of shrooms and watch it. It's kind of like one of those type of flicks. But I liked it. No, when what's his name gets up and does this little speech about being Poseidon and shit, it was fucking great.
Hark!
Right.
That was a great monologue about his fucking cooking. That's true, Hannah. That's true, Hannah's translator. We should check out what's going on in here.
And it's everybody's roasting. Like that one's really good. A lot of people talk about global warming.
It sounds like she's got pennies in her mouth and she's pinching her nose.
Well, gotta watch what you say. You might get me banned on me.
That's a good one. He looks out the window and there's this little gremlin just ripping the wires out of the wing, man.
How many of you ever seen the movie The Hand?
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
With Devin Sawa, right?
Yeah.
It's called Idle Hands, you dipshit.
And the hand started going around killing
and it wasn't scary.
On Twitter.
Sounds like Evil Dead. Ash's hand.
We've
got your hand. We've got your hand.
I recommend
Evil Dead 2
Vaughn probably watched Evil Dead and always dreamed about upgrading to that fucking cabin in his FEMA trailer.
No, it's my favorite.
Army of Darkness is quite possibly the greatest cult classic movie there.
You're kind of quiet, man.
It's good. This is my boomstick.
This is my boomstick. That's right.
I hate that he likes some of the stuff I like. Fuck you, Vonhelton.
Attention, S. Martin Boys.
Taints it.
It does. My favorite superhero was the Punisher.
Right.
I love the Army of Darkness and Evil Dead movies. I love Bruce Campbell. Now I fucking hate him. Thanks a lot, Vaughn.
Right.
Yeah, every time he shot the shotgun, he went
and
backwards.
they have like colored water and it like rains blood on
I didn't know they had a stage.
We did the splash zone. First 3 rows, you knew you were paying extra to be in the splash zone. And they came out with,
splash zone too.
It's hilarious. People love it.
It was done by.
Is that where Rev uploads his videos in the splash zone in the bathroom?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Todd might remember this because Shanny, you're still a baby, Shanny. I'm sorry, you're still like you're still young.
You know who we haven't seen much of in this little hangout is Rev, and he's sitting right behind her right, hunch right there, her right shoulder maw.
I just had a flash of him all hunched down in a ball beside her.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Until she gives him permission to get up.
Listen, I think he's fucking stressing. I mean, I know, and I think you're going to play some tomorrow, but I don't think a lot of. I mean, I know people saw it, and people talked about it, but her and he and her got into a little bit of a tiff the other day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it kind of flew under the radar. You know, he was telling her to shut the fuck up and all that shit again.
Yeah. Yeah. Hannah's translator, do you have anything you want to input on that? Oh, yeah. Well, that is a good point to consider, actually.
Book too, I might add. I really enjoyed
How
it.
many of you are subscribed to a channel called Death Battle?
Who?
Okay, Becco, did you see their latest upload?
No, they got the new one.
They had Yoda versus Mickey Mouse, and guess who won the Death Battle?
Mickey
Shanny,
Mouse?
you want to find this to be interesting, Shanny. It was King Mickey Mouse from what's the name of that game you got?
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah,
Mickey Mouse and Kingdom Hearts versus Yoda.
Yeah, Mickey would kick Yoda's butt. The move
you know what, though?
in Kingdom Hearts with Mickey, he would kick Yoda's butt. He's fast.
That's actually appropriate, G-Man, because the way Disney is treating Star Wars, that would be spot on. Actually,
the new Star Wars Rock character, Veckel.
Oh gosh, don't get me started on that.
Or how about Grievous, man, being nerfed?
Hold on a second.
How about the nerfing of General Grievous, man?
Have you heard what
is Vaughn talking about?
Disney Star Wars wants to do with the new franchise of Star Wars.
More woke, of course.
No, they have a character named Geode, and guess what he is, or it is?
What?
A rock.
A rock.
Just a slate.
It's a literal rock.
It's a rock.
I did see this. I think it's a joke. It's got to be a joke. There's no way it's real.
Has no emotion, no.
And the Han Solo type guy, he flies a vessel called the Vessel, and his co-pilot is Geode. All right, and it's just a big square rock.
Jump in the shark.
Surely that's all fake.
I don't know.
Let's just be as simple.
If it's not fake, that's the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life.
Based on a true story, sir.
Look, you know what? I don't want to get political, but this is what happens when you have a bunch of
what's Shanny eating?
W's who don't know jack squat about Star Wars.
Right.
She turned off her camera right when I asked.
Just want to dig right into it.
To leave.
It's probably a fucking meatloaf on a stick.
After what she did to Star Wars, she needs to be picked up by her hair.
Oh.
This part of the sea for destroying those movies.
Yeah. Now wait a minute.
Yeah.
I do actually agree that fucking Kathleen Kennedy fucking almost destroyed the Star Wars franchise. I mean, they made money, but I mean, anyways, I do agree. I don't like what they did with Star Wars. But for G-Man to say that Kathleen Kennedy deserved to be chained up, taken out with a boat, and thrown into the sea, I think that maybe that's a little extreme. Maybe have her step down from the Star Wars property.
You watch the new Star Trek and all?
No.
I was watching Star Trek and all.
No, I heard the card was awful.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to watch
I think
it.
I can do a Hannah voice. That's who I'm gonna go in as next. I'm gonna go in as Hannah.
Well, Jimmy, I want to ask you what's your thoughts on who's might be coming out with a Black Superman movie?
Yeah. No, they did a Black Spider-Man movie. I would have been more down with that.
Actually, the Black Spider-Man is coming allegedly. Allegedly, Miles Morales is coming.
Morales.
Yeah, he's not black, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, he's but Tavon, whatever, right? It's an ethnic. Throwing in the ethnic guy. What do you call him? Fucking Miles Moranis.
Moranis? I don't know what he called him.
Yeah, Miles Moranis.
Rick's little brother.
Right.
Spider-Man film.
They're saying this. I tried. Okay. Every time this gets thrown out there, I try to shoot it down in flames, but people ignore me. Okay, the idea of the other Spider-Man being in the next Spider-Man movie originated on 4chan. It is complete fiction. It has absolutely no basis.
Oh, Trudeau's tapping in, folks. Might be soon time to go.
In fact, whatsoever.
Black Panther movies or something like that, but I don't know about no Black Superman. There's no need to do that. They're taking this a little bit too far.
They're taking it too far.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But I think the reason why Well, it's J.J. Abrams. He ruined Star Wars. He ruined Star Trek, and he ruined another
He
franchise.
ruins everything he touches. Yeah,
true.
And
he ruins everything he touches. That's right.
you know, but he's
does.
been given a $500 million deal to reboot Superman. So it's a reboot. Now, the reason why people think it's going to be a black Superman is because the one who's writing the script, his name is Ta-Nehisi Coates. If you look,
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it.
You know, I think it's too soon for it.
I love that the two black guys are like, yeah, fuck Black Spider-Man. Fuck him.
Yeah. I will be sad if the fucking Henry Cavill goes as the main Superman, though.
No, listen. I'm totally. My thing is too. We talked about this, in private before. But like Nick Fury, when Samuel L. Jackson was Nick Fury's an old white dude. That's what he was in the comics. I have a dozen comics with Nick Fury, but I did not care at all that Nick Fury was Samuel L. Jackson. I thought it was fine, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go in it, you can't just do that to everybody, right? Like you can't just. Otherwise, it's a whole different story, right? Like you can't just change everything.
Right. Well, my thing is just that I just like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think
he's a good Superman.
I want to see another white guy play Superman. I don't want to see another. That's my issue. I just don't want to see anybody else play him right now. Yeah, I thought he just signed. They settled their differences, and he signed some big contract. He was doing like another cameo in a couple more movies or something. I don't know. I guess apparently he might be the new James Bond.
That's what I was hearing. Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
He's got The Witcher going, so he's a busy guy.
That's what I forgot about. I actually liked that show, The Witcher.
Yeah, The Witcher was cool.
It's like cool. Game of Thrones, a little bit worse than Game of Thrones, but it's still okay.
Yeah, it's it's a high magic world, right? As opposed to a low magic world like Game of Thrones. But yeah. I'll listen to these idiots for a couple more minutes.
There's actually been 4 of them in comic book history.
Yeah, comic books.
A lot of people
discuss the idea,
but this
something about the Kryptonite already. They need to come up with a movie where he gets cured of it and go and have a straight up fight with Darkseid or something like that, or maybe Doomsday at the same time or something like that. But they need
you might get what you want with the Snyder Cut coming out in a couple weeks. So. I mean, he's obviously not going to die.
Like you can beat up Superman if Kryptonite can do it. Honestly, anybody who has kryptonite, an old lady can beat up Superman.
An old lady would be able to beat up Superman if you got kryptonite in your hand because it completely weakens him. Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of people, especially in the secular community, I know they love the fact that Batman beat Superman into a pulp.
Yes.
They gotta remember something here, okay? Superman let him do it because even though he had kryptonite, Superman could have still used his heat vision, and he chose not to do it. People forget kryptonite doesn't rob him of his powers. The red sunlight does. Kryptonite will kill him.
Wait, what?
He could have easily snapped his neck. He could have freeze him to death. He could have hit him with it.
I don't know. The kryptonite makes him awful weak, G-Man. I don't know. The kryptonite literally makes Superman weak.
No. This is where I'm going to start acting like a geek now. Do your research now, okay? Kryptonite.
Do your research.
Superman. I'm sorry. Kryptonite kills Superman. It doesn't strip him of his powers. His powers are stripped.
Right, but it makes him weak, though. He's physically weak.
If he's in red sunlight for a prolonged period of time, that's when Superman will be stripped of his powers. But he has to be in it for a certain period of time. You can't just put it on him and think his power is going to be gone. Because he has to absorb all of that red sunlight irradiation.
I've always wondered that about the red sun, the distinction between the red sun and kryptonite. Okay, so that's the distinction. Okay, guys.
Yeah, like did you see Superman Red Sun? A Russian version of.
Sadly, I find this interesting, more interesting, this conversation than when G-Man talks about religion.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's both retarded.
Yeah. We got Baptized in Fire out there. They should remake The Punisher, but use a black guy instead just to watch Stinky have a stroke. Yeah, I would support that for that reason. Thank you very much, Baptized in Fire.
Landed in Russia.
What if type deal? Yeah, it's a what if type deal.
Yeah, that seems to be the way movies are going about these days. Now, all these shows, they're reboots, but they're different Universal.
They completely lost their mojo. They have completely lost their mojo. They really have, and I'm not being facetious in any way. I'm being literal. They have literally lost their mojo. How many original stories have they come up with recently, guys? Come on.
0.
But zero, yeah. They,
Oh, no.
they literally lost their mojo. Now, I don't know why, but they have. They've literally lost their mojo. That not one original thought, not one original process has come out of Hollywood in years now. And why? Why is
I don't
that?
think it's
don't
that
know,
easy
but
though. I mean, it takes talent and also a little patience to come out with something original and good. You know.
Yes.
I think that a lot of these remakes, like they're trying to get people back to those old ones. You know, they'll make a terrible remake because they're trying to get you to go back to the classics. And
Right,
a lot
but
of
the
time when they
remakes
come up
take a
with
lot of
new
these
series, a lot of
remakes
people
just
don't like them.
want you to
and
go
people
back to
dog
the
them,
first
so
one and
I
talk
feel like that's
about
why they do all these remakes.
And the remakes are terrible.
The
That's why they do all these remakes.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know, folks. As engaging as this may be, I think this may be where I end the evening.
I might be crazy,
Yeah.
but is it just me, or does Hannah talk like one of those merkin or mermen or whatever they're called from World of Warcraft?
Murloc.
Murloc. There it is.
Sorta.
Hannah Murloc.
Oh, that's like get Hannah Murloc and just make the gurgle sounds.
Yeah, totally.
Like
Jesus Christ. I don't know, folks, but I think we're going to cut it here. Thank you for joining me. So just to remind everybody, tomorrow night I'll be doing Weirdo Wonderland. And Thursday night I will not. So just another reminder. Thank you, one and all, for coming and watching with us. And thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight.
Consider all of your holes adjudicated.
We have all our holes adjudicated. We got the fucking translator. We got Polly. And I think this is where we're going to leave it. I don't know. I might bounce around Discord or something for a bit.
Yay, after party.
Yay! All right. Now, good night and fuck off.